Everybody, and welcome back. In today's video, there is a special guest, the owner of LittleOneAdventure's channel. I mean, Shannon Leinster. Hoping is the right pronunciation. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not very good with English. Anyway, Shannon is a okay. Shannon is a German photographer that speaks English very well. So far, but the first time I saw her on YouTube, I thought she was English. So Shannon, welcome in my channel. Thanks for giving to me the chance to meet you. I'm really curious to know you better. But before starting with the question, please introduce yourself and tell us something about you.
Hello, I'm Shannon from LittleOneAdventure. That is my YouTube channel. And something I should probably tell you straight away is that I'm actually not German, I'm Irish. I just live in Germany and I've lived here for a really long time. But I think people normally think that I'm German, but I speak German and everything, read, write, everything, but I'm actually Irish.
Okay, so it's clear why you speak English so well. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you keep on telling something about you.
Um, I don't really know what to tell you.
Okay.
Um,
Don't worry. There are a lot of questions for you. Uh, okay, I was forgetting, I think, but where is your dog, Melba?
Melba, do you want to see Melba? I don't even know if she'll come. Come
Yeah.
here, come here, come here, up, come here. Up. She's not going to come up. Wait, I will move for you.
Yeah. Uh, here you go. Hello, Melba.
Yeah, she's here.
Okay, thanks for this gift.
No problem.
Very good. So, I think it's time for question. If you're
Yeah,
ready, I start with the first one.
yeah.
Okay, when did you start taking picture in nature?
Um, Normal landscape or pictures of trees or views of the forest. I think I've always taken them. I really love nature, and so I think I've always done it, but mostly just on my phone. And then last year, I started to take pictures with an actual camera. So I started with the
Okay.
Canon 2000, oh no, 9000D, and it just was with the kit lens that I was
Okay.
using at the time. And
So you
then,
are
yeah,
really new about nature photography.
yeah, really extremely new. I think
Ah,
it's been a year and a half now that I have started to get really interested in doing it properly with a camera and not just with a phone.
okay. Maybe when you was, I don't know, a children, did you ever think about nature or like many kids? I think I remember when I was a kid, I was always reading animal books or stuff like that.
I grew up mostly in the countryside. I used to ride horses, own horses. We always had dogs. So I grew up in nature, and I've always been very interested, more so
Okay.
being outside. I'm very much a countryside kid than a city kid. So I've always been felt more at home in the forest and in the fields than cities. So nature has always been a very big
Okay,
interest
it's
of
clear.
mine. Yeah.
So you were get used to nature much more than me because I lived in city all the time. So for me, nature was an optional thing. So because I couldn't go outdoor every time I wanted, only maybe during the summer holidays. So for me, it was a special moment when I could go outdoor and watching nature. Indeed, my photography passion was born only 10 years ago, yes, more or less. So
Okay.
I'm maybe a little older than you, speaking about photography, and not only about photography, okay? But it doesn't matter. Okay, next question. Okay, photography really often need to plan our photo shoots. So, what do you think about it for your nature photography? Do you plan your photo shoots or no?
Um, I think I actually just mentioned this in a video that I made, that I'm in the forest 3 times a day. So I go to walk Melba in the morning, the middle of the day, and the evening. And I'll always just bring my camera with me, so my big camera with my big lens, because the wildlife are very active. So I can be walking and I'll see deer everywhere, or birds, so I can just photograph them. Um, I do, however, plan when I'm not working. I will go out earlier in the morning when it's so, like now in summertime when it's lighter. I do plan to go out at 5 by myself, and I will plan a specific area that I want to go to
Okay.
sit in. Or in the evening time, once I've walked Melba, I'll go back out again myself, and I'll go to a specific area and sit with like the badgers, for example, that I photographed.
Yeah.
This is something that I had to plan for and take the time out to do. The same with the foxes that I have been trying to photograph. Um, I will plan this specifically, but most of the time I will just go out with my camera and see where I end up, what places I will go to, and I've kind of worked it out in this forest, the sort of wildlife highways, of where I know that there's going to be a lot of activity. And so if I can get to these places a little bit earlier and sit and wait for a bit, then I'm hoping to photograph something. So, but generally, I kind of just see what happens.
Okay, okay. So a little by chance.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, okay. Oh, very good, very good. Interesting. Okay, I think I already know the answer, but what's your favorite subject to photograph?
Yes,
Yeah?
I think we know it already. It's definitely the
Mm,
deer.
yeah.
I think it's the deer because they were what got my interest in wildlife photography. Because before I started, I would go to sit in the forest just for relaxation, I guess. And I would bring a flask of something hot to drink. And eventually, because I'm sitting for so long in one place, a deer would come past. And so I would try to capture it with my phone, and that's why then I decided I wanted a camera. So the deer are probably my favorite to photograph, and I really enjoy photographing them. I think they're wonderful. I love observing them and watching them. I
Yeah.
find them very interesting. Just they're just fun to watch, I think. So
Yeah, it's true. They are amazing. I still remember the first time I had follow deer back to my photo blind when I was photographing the big eaters, and I didn't realize there was back to me. So when I heard a noise, I watched what there was back to me. There was the deer. It was amazing.
mm,
I didn't expect they can they could come so close to my photo blind.
mm.
And I think it was a great experience, but I hope to make it again. But for
Yeah.
you, I think it's quite easier because when you go in the woodlands, there are a lot of deers. I
Yeah,
think.
we have I this forest that I is just behind my house. It takes a minute to walk there. And we have a lot of deer. Something I'm really happy about is this forest is not for hunting, so they cannot hunt for fun here. It's only for they do for population control, and if you report a deer being sick. So we have a lot of deer, and they're very active. And I feel really lucky actually, because I can have very natural close encounters with the deer where they're not afraid, because they see a lot of dog walkers and hikers coming through. So some of the deer are very used to seeing people, some of them not, but yeah, I do get a lot of very close encounters, which I'm very lucky to have that.
Yeah,
So yeah.
it's great. It's great. In Italy, maybe the situation is quite different. Wildlife are so scared by humans' activity, so
Hmm.
we tend to stay pretty far from cities or villages. And every time there is someone walking in our woodlands, they escape really, really soon. Even because Italian people are famous for hunters, unfortunately. So this is a bad thing of our country. I don't know how it is in German, but in Italy, the government allows to hunt wildlife. Unfortunately for them, yes.
Yeah, here I live in Bavaria, so the south of Germany, and it's very normal here for people to go hunting for sport, for
Oh,
fun, and I find it very sad, actually. It's something I really don't support. Um,
yeah.
it's very sad. It's very sad, I think.
Okay, I didn't know this. I thought in German there wasn't the hunt for wildlife.
No, yeah, they can hunt. Yeah.
Okay,
The
okay.
wild boar and the deer, and I think actually everything that they can hunt, but they have to have the license for it. And there's specific forests that they can hunt in, and some they're not allowed to, like the one behind my house. But there's quite a
Okay.
lot of hunting here. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I know. No. They call it sport. I know, but
Mm.
it's not a sport.
No.
Okay. Let's go. Next question. Okay. You have already told a bit, but it's the question. What brand are you using and why?
I use Canon, and
Yeah.
I use Canon because it was the brand that we had. We had the 9000D. We had the camera with the small lens with the kit lens, and we used to use it just for traveling, to take pictures with. And then when I decided I wanted to start doing wildlife photography, we had the older lens that I was using, which was a Sigma, I think 70 to 150 millimeter, but it was 20 years old. So it was very old, the lens that I started with, um, which was very funny to use. But I think I just used Canon because it was the camera that we all had already. So, and I'm
Okay.
not
Okay.
so
Yes.
experienced, or I don't know a lot to
Mhm.
know what the best would be or what I would be looking for. So I'm using Canon. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So do I, because I'm a Sony user, and I started with Sony, so I don't know other brands actually. Just I use maybe a Nikon of a friend of mine, but only for some minutes. I didn't know how to use it actually, because it's totally different from my Sony. So I understand
Mm.
you.
Yeah.
It's not a problem, of course.
No, no.
Yeah.
I like it. It's handy and easy for me to use. I think that's the important part.
Well, I also think that trying to use other brands, it's a great experience just to know different things. Only for that.
Yeah, yeah. To learn a bit more.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
of course. But there is another question. Do you think to have the best gear will improve your photography?
No.
Okay,
No.
very good.
No. Um,
Very good.
When I started and I had very basic equipment, so the first camera body that I was using is a very old lens. I've obviously upgraded quite a bit since then. I have two new bodies and the 600 millimeter Sigma Contemporary, and yeah, I mean the quality is obviously better, but if you're still learning, like I am, how to build a photograph or to be patient to get the shots that you want, I think equipment doesn't, it matters to a certain point, but I think there's a lot more that comes into getting the photographs that you want than just the equipment. For,
Yeah.
yeah, for me, that's what I think anyway. Yeah.
Yes, but that's right because I totally agree. As I said to my student, if you are a bad photographer, even using the best camera in the world or the biggest telephoto lens, you will stay a bad photographer.
Yeah,
There is
yeah,
no way.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I thought this also when I upgraded my equipment. I thought it's gonna be so much better, you know, my photographs will be so much better. But actually, there's a lot more that goes into photography than just pressing the shutter button.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a lot more
That's
that
true.
goes into it. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Do you feel you lack some gear or maybe some skills to make better photos in nature?
Equipment not. I'm very happy with
Okay.
the setup that I have. The skill I lack probably is patience. I
Oh,
patience is
I I think I
definitely
don't believe
lacking.
you. Oh,
No, no, definitely. When I started wildlife photography, I had this idea that because I had been so lucky before, I was taking pictures of just sitting in different places in the forest and just enjoying the nature for myself. I was very patient because I didn't expect anything. But when I assigned a reason for being in the forest and sitting in places for so long, when I wouldn't see wildlife, I would feel like I had failed. And so I became very impatient that I needed to keep moving or keep finding a new place to go or sit. So,
so
yeah,
the exciting to stay in nature and to see something.
yeah. So I needed, I think patience is something that I'm trying to rework on again to get more patient that just stay 50 more minutes, and hopefully something comes. Hopefully I see
Okay.
something. Yeah.
Okay. You know, the passion is the our more important weapon for nature photography. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, in my videos, I show that really often I have to wait for long hours, maybe inside a photo blind or heights in the UK. They call it heights for long times, and really often you don't see anything.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
fine. It's always fine. I
Yeah.
don't know how is for you, but for me, I think it doesn't matter so much.
I started to use camouflage because I wanted
Ah, okay.
to try and photograph the
Hmm.
foxes. And so I've also got like a net that I can cover me and the camera with. And I actually found it very restricting um, because I can only see what's in front of me. So if I see something moving off to my right or left or hear something behind me, I can't turn to see it and I miss the
Yeah.
opportunity to get the photo. So I found that having the net or blind to be quite restricting actually for me.
Yes. Every system has pros and cons in the
Yeah.
situation. Uh, I agree. Using heights, you can stay only in a specific place, in a specific spot. You can move everywhere instead of walking in a woodlands or everywhere, you are more free to see whatever is around you. I know, but it's a strange game. This is this passion. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we need to balance between getting closer to a subject. In this case, is the best option is to use a hide, a photo blind. Okay, or maybe if you are more interested in taking picture of an animal in the environment. So not a portrait picture, but quite far. But really often these pictures are super interesting because you understand where we live and how they live in nature.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a different kind of photography, but it's always interesting, at least for me.
Yeah, to have the landscape with the animal, not just a
Yeah,
close up.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's quite a landscape picture. Yeah. Oh, okay, it's great. Okay, next question. As you know, really often nature photographers use alive baits for their photos. So, what do you think about it?
I didn't know that. I actually didn't know that people do that. I only heard that when I watched your interview with Scott. And I think it's awful. I really cannot agree with this. I don't even I've never baited. It's not something I'm interested in doing. So I think to use live bait is awful, very awful. I don't know. It's not something for me. Um I don't agree with it. I think.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like it. I know many people that use it, even for participating maybe to a competition. So they put a mouse somewhere just to attract the prey. It could be a house or another predator or so. It's really sad, but this is the nature photography nowadays. With this video, I'd like also to share this bad behavior of someone. Fortunately, not everybody do like that, and I hope to not see again from some locals photographers. But I know, unfortunately, there are still someone. So, and a good thing, I think in your country is not so made this practice.
I don't know because I actually don't know any other photographers in this area. I'm not so in the social circle, um, but I don't, yeah, I don't agree with this. I think also it takes away from the wildlife photography because I would think that when you do wildlife photography, you want to photograph these rare moments from the wildlife being wild and acting natural. And I think this is just interfering with the animals as well. So I don't know. I haven't got to the stage of that I feel it necessary to bait or to look into it or yeah yeah
Yeah,
I
yeah,
yeah.
that's right. Yes, it's a controversial question, this one, because there are many photographers that are pro baiting, even using alive animals, and there are another part that are that don't like it. But I don't know. I don't know what you think. I'm not for alive baiting, of course, because I prefer to to respect animal, to respect their life.
Yeah.
Indeed, I'm a vegetarian. Yes, I don't eat. Yeah, yeah. But I hope in future they quit to use live bait. Yes,
Yeah.
I hope so much. It's
Yeah.
a really bad and sad thing.
Yeah.
Okay, Shannon. Next question. What's your favorite method to approach wildlife? Yeah.
My favorite method to approach wildlife.
Hmm.
Yeah, like I think like we already talked about, I'm very much into walking around. I think though lately I've been trying to get a lot more used to just sitting in one place. Um, Again, because I feel like it's better for the wildlife. Walking around and photographing the deer is fine, you know. They're very okay with it. Some areas in the forest they obviously don't like it, but quite close to where I live and where the fields are, they're very used to seeing people walking past. But I'm trying to get more into the habit of finding a place to sit and just wait for the wildlife to come to me instead of walking around because I feel like sometimes I disturb them and I don't want that. So I have to just learn to be a bit more patient and just find places to sit and just wait and be happy still with the time that I've spent in the forest, even if I don't get the picture that I want or any
Yeah.
pictures,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, that's
Yes.
it can be disappointing, you know, when you're really hoping to get some images or looking forward to seeing some wildlife and you wait, like you said, for hours and you see
Hmm.
nothing, you know. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's more ethical to sit and wait than to walk around. But I'm trying to get the best of both worlds of sitting and waiting and
Okay.
walking around a little bit. But
So your method is super simple. Just
yeah,
walking in nature and to capture whatever is what you
yeah,
meet. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's nice. It's nice. I think I should try more. Also
yeah,
for my adventure nature. Yeah.
yeah,
But okay, as I said, it's quite difficult to have a location like yours over here,
mm,
where animals are get used to humans, like for you. So I don't know. For me, it's I think sometimes it's much more better to use a photo blind,
yeah,
mostly for birds of prey. You
yeah.
can't go, you can't walk in woodlands and hope to see I don't know, an eagle, a hawks hunting somewhere. As
Yeah,
they see you, they fly away really, really soon. So a photo blind in this case, I think it's quite a mandatory.
yeah. Well, we have the red kites here that
Yeah.
hunt behind my house, and they're very loud. You can hear them very often. Um, when they're over the fields hunting, they're very easy to photograph. But
Ah, okay.
if you go into the forest and they're maybe perched, they go the second that they see movement, or they will leave the area that they see someone walking in. So I was very lucky in spring that I got a few photographs of them, but after that it was very difficult to photograph them again. So I think a blind would be the best option for them. Also
I
with the
remember.
foxes.
Oh yeah, foxes are amazing. Yeah, but I
But you,
still I can't to know where they are. I mean the den. I don't
yeah.
know where it is. But you managed to find them.
Yes, yes, I found them. I found them. It took me 6 months, I think, to find the den.
Hmm.
It's probably going to take me longer to photograph them because it's not a great place where the den is, and they have obviously the two doors to the den, so the two exits. and it's been very hard, very very hard to get even a little bit of footage of them. They get in and out without me seeing them, or in between the trees or the brush, the undergrowth. They've been very hard, even with a net on, that they cannot see.
Yeah, I know.
Very
Super challenging to see them and to photograph them.
Yeah.
I hope in the future maybe I'll be lucky. I don't know.
Me too. Me too.
But no, you have just see them at least one time. But I've never seen. Okay, actually, I photographed a fox when I was studying the griffons, and yeah, but only once. It's a little. So I hope to maybe to meet the cubs of the fox. I
Yes.
don't know. Yeah,
This
they
would
are
be
so
amazing.
cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so finger crossed.
Mine too.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, the last question. Did you ever had to give up taking picture to a specific subject because you were getting in trouble the animal?
No.
No.
You mean that I was upsetting the animal?
Yeah.
No, actually, thank goodness, not till now. No, I haven't had to do that. I think I mean, I've never worried an animal enough that I've had like stressed them out that they felt cornered or anything. I always try to. The only two animals that this could have really happened with the badgers and the foxes. But I try, if I'm gonna go to a place where I know I'm gonna be maybe closer. I always try to plan it very well that I can get out away from the animal, or not be seen. So like when I photographed the badgers, I made sure that I had my own exit route, that when they were going to come out or if they were going to pass me, that they wouldn't see me and I wouldn't disturb them. Because no, I this is very important to me. I think that I really don't want to be in the way or disturb the animals in any, or make them stressed. Yeah, make them stressed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. In my case, I think I had to give up. I think 2 times because I don't remember which species. I think was one time with bee eaters, because actually I was too close to them, and so they didn't go in their nest. So I had to give up. So I went away because I was too close, and it wasn't the right thing to do. So I preferred to go away. And another time, I don't remember in which situation, but I prefer to quit and go away, because animals were scared by the photo blind.
Okay.
So they wasn't get used to see this strange stuff near them. So indeed, they stayed quite a lot far from me. So it meant that they were scared by the photo blind. As I said, I don't like to stay in nature and like that, so I went away.
Yeah, but I think that's very good and responsible. I think you would get people who would not leave. They would just stay because they want to get the photograph.
Yeah, I know.
Which is sad. Which is very sad.
I know. Because quite often for them photos comes before the animals.
Yeah.
And in theory, it should be the opposite. So first the animal, then the photos, if it's possible, of course.
Yeah.
So sometimes, as I said many times, I get back home without any picture, but it doesn't matter because I enjoy the stay in nature. So the photography is the last stage of a day spent in nature.
Yeah.
So even if I can't take any picture, it's the same now.
Yeah. I think that's a good mindset to have as well, because then you also don't leave disappointed.
No, no, no.
Hey,
Melba.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, no. Don't worry, don't worry. Well, Shannon, for now is all. So thank you so much for your passion and your answer as well. I really appreciate your mindset and mostly to be my guest today. I think you are really good, and I really like watching your videos. They are really, really nice. Even when there is Melba, of course. It's very beautiful to see you and her enjoy nature. So it's amazing because Melba is pretty quiet when it's in nature.
Yeah, I don't know if I've mentioned it before. I have Melba with me when I photograph the deer, and she will she's I'm gonna say she doesn't bark. She just backed out, but normally when we're out in the forest, I can be sitting. We both sit on the field together and photograph the deer, and she doesn't try to go to them or bark at them or disturb them. She's eating the grass as well, actually.
Ah.
Um, but she's very good, I must say, and I would never bring her to the other animals. It's just the deer, and she's always on a leash. So she's not interested in that. She's not trying to go to them. She's not barking or running at them. She will sit by my feet on the very loose leash, and I can photograph, and it's fine. So she's very
Amazing, yeah.
good. Yeah, she's very good.
Because sometimes dogs tends to go away to
Yeah,
walking around, so it could be quite dangerous for wildlife as well
yeah,
as for her.
yeah.
So
But
she's
she's
a
always
good
on a
girl.
leash. Yeah, she's
Yeah,
very good. She's very, very good.
yeah.
And she's always on the leash. I would never walk her free. She never walks free.
Hmm.
I think that's
Okay,
very
okay.
important.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, before to say goodbye, if you want to add something, please let's do it.
If I want to,
If you wanted to add something
ah,
to say, you are free to talk about what you want.
I would just like to
If you
say
want to say hello to a friend of yours or your boyfriend, yeah.
no, we can forget about him.
Okay, okay, no worry.
No, I just want to say thank you very much to you for inviting me to
Oh,
talk with you, and
it's
thank
okay.
you so much for all of your help, because you have been a really great friend and very, very helpful to me here on YouTube.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
You give me so much advice and help over the last year, so it's been really nice to meet you and
Okay.
talk with you, and thank you so much for inviting me to talk with you as well.
Oh, it's a pleasure for me. So thank to you to be here today. And every time I can, I try to help other with the small thing that I've learned over time. So it's not a problem to share my knowledge with others. So also with you. So it's a pleasure. Maybe you remember the video of using tripod. I
Yes,
made it for you. Yeah, because he was asking something. Oh, I don't remember well now, but it was so nice. So I decided to make a video for you.
yeah. Thank you, because then I will not destroy my cameras by attaching them to the tripod. But yes, this is something as a beginner, I have to learn it, and I
Yeah.
would not have known it without you saying it. So thank you so much.
Oh, okay, okay. You're welcome, of course.
Thank you.
Okay, the interview is finished. So I need to close something. Okay, my friends, it's time to say goodbye. So thanks to Shannon for being here with me. Please subscribe her channel. You'll find the link in the description below. And yes, Shannon, if a day you plan to come over here in Sardinia, please let me know. Because I'll be your personal guide for all day. It will be a pleasure. Hoping to meet Melba as well, of course. Okay. So thanks to everybody. Thanks to Shannon, and see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.